So breakthrough, like most people are like, oh, this technology. At the end of the day, like our industry, we should know already. Like if you lead in with technology, the technology is not effective, right? Like what
Hmm.
you're trying to do is create an experience or trying to transform something for someone, remove friction. And so really, again, going back to like first principles, it's what are people arriving at events to do? And pre-COVID, you could argue the most important thing that people did or wanted or attended events for is content, right? Brad, I couldn't get access to him. I love his podcast. He's going to be
Hmm.
here. I'm going to travel to LA to go see him, potentially get the ability to meet him or ask him a question. Boom, it's worth my trip. That's not the case anymore, right? Like what we're doing right here, people will be listening to this, in the gym, on the way to work, at their convenience. They'll be, pretty much sitting at the table with us having a conversation. And
Yep.
so thinking about the way in which content has become distributed over the last, let's call it 7 to 10 years, and what that means for live event experiences, right? So our thesis when creating Future Proof, and really the genesis behind the breakthrough experience, is that the only reason that people are going to travel for events going forward is that if number one thing is if you could connect them with people that they either need to know and otherwise don't, that they know but can't get access to, or that they know currently work with but could save a lot of time and money. Again, removing different friction points. And so then starting to map that out is like if you could bring a large scale audience together that effectively represents the entire industry ecosystem. And you hear us saying that a lot, like we bring the entire ecosystem. That's intentional. What that does is it allows you to create what most events try to operate as is a marketplace, right? For 2 or 3 days, you're bringing
Mm.
the entire industry together, all different company types, all different tools and services, all different job levels and functions. And what happens is you create, as you just described, like we like to say, it's like Match.com meets like LinkedIn Sales Navigator, right?
Yeah.
And so what we've done now is allow people to opt in saying, hey, I'm coming to this event because I want to meet new people or existing, friends and colleagues. Great. The next step is they go and fill out a profile. 5 minutes. Here's who I am in the industry. Here's who I am as a person, my interests and my hobbies and like lifestyle. Here's what I'm hoping to get out of the event. Here's what I'm in search of. From that point, the next stage is we basically put everyone in an interface and allow everyone before the event to see everyone else. Like this whole discovery aspect is like it's just so interesting to me. Like sponsors pay a tremendous amount of money to support these events, and like their golden ticket or the thing that is perceived as value is like I get this stale on arrival spreadsheet of the attendees with inaccurate data. And then what happens is I get it a week before, all at the same time. So the larger the event, the more people that get that email list at the same time, the more people that just naturally, due to time constraints, operate in bad behavior, start spamming everyone. So now, as an
Hmm.
advisor, in our instance, an advisor, you get this unsolicited amount of email where now going into this event that you were otherwise excited to attend, you're like, oh, let me try to avoid this person. Let me avoid that person. I'm not answering this. And it creates that horrible experience that we all like as an industry we complain about, which is like people are guarded and people aren't, there's less traffic and all of this other things. And it's like, well, hold on, like we are the problem. So let's be the solution. And so what this process is really a 3.5 week pre-event process where if you opt into meetings, you fill out a profile, then you get access to everyone and their data, right? That's verified by us. So it's accurate. And then you have the ability not to message and do all this other thing that takes time and creates friction. It's prompts. Are you interested in meeting this person? Very interested? Interested. If you desire to add another, area which helps in like the algorithm, is like, why are you interested? And you have a text box of like 200 characters, right? And you don't have to fill that in. And so then you just go through it, move, move, move. We then obviously optimize, like there's still bad actors in that, right? They start spamming everyone, so
Hmm.
we remove them. And so what we do is we create this, not only this platform and this tool or technology, but we create this system in which our industry connects and meets each other at events. And so really we're changing the entire experience early on to allow for people to, one, discover other people at the event that they should know or might be interested in knowing by 120 different, data points, allowing
Hmm.
them to request a meeting. The next process is simply receiving all of those opt-ins. How cool is it? Like the biggest things about dating apps is like when you open it up and you're like, oh, someone wants to like connect with me. It's that sense of feeling
Hmm.
wanted, right? And what's the craziest thing in this process was, again, sponsors are so conditioned to think that like they have to push, push, push. They're selling. But what was
Hmm.
the big realization is a lot of advisors, the reason they're coming to this event is to, check out the latest tools, the
Check it
latest
out for
technologies, the
sure.
latest
Yeah.
investment products, right? They just want to do it on their in their own kind of world. They want to control that versus feeling like, again, they're the product. And so what happened is once that opt-in stage came to be, you basically got a lot of industry participants like, oh my God, I got 100 advisors that want to meet with me. And cool. Now you could opt into that. And then what it is there's you create that incentive structure where discovery is easy, the process is frictionless, double opt-in opportunity, right? So there's mutual interest in connecting, and then the algorithm runs, and based on people's schedule and availability, really it creates up to 24, in this case up to 24 one-to-one 15-minute meetings. And we're not selling this as like, look, this is your demo opportunity, this is a due diligence session. No, it's like sit at the other side of the table with this human and see if it makes sense to continue a conversation after this, and that's it. And so the commitment level is very small. It's 15 minutes. It's the most efficient time for you to
Mm.
say it's worth another discussion or not, right? And then you go at it. And so you can get a lot of efficient meetings done while also, taking in a lot of content while also just experiencing the entire, festival. And that's really the genesis around the breakthrough meetings aspect. And what we do. And, it was really transformative. We had over 16,000 one-to-one meetings facilitated and pre-scheduled going into the event
Wow.
in year one, which is
Wow.
exciting.